Hi, this is Meg Stump from pinloomweaving.com. I'm going to be showing a single edge whip stitched together, single crocheted edge whip stitched together. Single crochet edge looks like this. My plan is to complete another one and then show the whip stitching. This is probably going to be done in 2 parts. So, first step is to crochet on an edge. This is basically almost all of the crochet I know right here. Simple. I came upon this method of putting pin loom squares together very early because I wasn't happy with the results I was getting in other approaches. It didn't seem to be nicely matched up with the weight of the fabric. They often seemed kind of too light, too airy for the kind of quilt-like patterns that I was trying to produce. This goes pretty fast. It does add yardage and size to your whatever it is you're doing, and the only place I would truly recommend it is in kind of heavy blankets where, again, you want one of 2 things. You want some extra dimension to the blanket. You want a kind of heavy edging, and okay, let me stop. Be aware that at each corner I'm going to chain twice before going around to the other side. So I should mention that. The other reason that I'll demonstrate later that one might wish to do a single crochet around the edges and then whip stitch them together is that it offers extra design elements. In this case, and in most cases, I single crochet in the same color as the square itself. In this case, I'm using a red fleck or red tweed, which I just like a lot. It's a worsted weight yarn. This is primarily acrylics and has been made by a number of different manufacturers. Getting more yarn here, so that I have a tendency to grab a few skeins wherever I happen to see it, because I like to keep it on hand. It makes a nice bright finish or embellishment to something I'm doing. In this case, I'm going to be making these into kind of a stylized heart. Okay. However, in terms of extra design elements, it certainly would be possible to use a different color on this crocheted edging, which I can't say I'd be particularly fond of, because I really like the fact that it extends the same color into this different kind of edging. Where I really enjoy using an extra color element is in the whip stitching, which could be done to match. It could be done to contrast with the squares. You could use the same color throughout a multicolored Amish type style quilt, perhaps keeping all of the whip stitching in black to heighten the contrast between the different colored squares. So there's a lot of ways that that can be used. The number of loops on each side varies a little bit. The nice thing is that it's okay. It's possible to whip stitch these on and make them match up, even if you end up taking more than one stitch sometimes in one crochet loop. We're almost finished here. Yay. I'm going to show you the way that I put these together. One thing I forgot to mention is that when I start a loop, I always start it on the left side of a double loop, so that when I come up to that right side, it makes a nice tight bond. I'm going to pull that out. Okay. What I do is I take that tail and bring it forward through my first loop. I run that tail then back through this large loop, and using my crochet hook, I tighten it down to get as much, to make it match as much as possible. Then turn it over, draw the tail through the back, kind of gently tighten it down so that there's a sense of it matching up in terms of pressure, size, and then double knotting. There it is. It's not perfect. I can tell, where it began and ended, but it's not bad either. This is Meg Stump at www.pinloomweaving.com, demonstrating a single crochet edge, which will soon be whip stitched together. Thank you.